yet the wonderful thing about that is that it speaks to people.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Hey friends, you miss me? Because I missed you. In today's vlog, we're going to be hitting up a couple different bookstores here in New York. And I'm not saying New York City because we're going to be exploring one recently opened Black-owned bookstore out on Long Island. We're going to get to that tomorrow. But first, we're going to kick things off at the Center for Fiction right here in Brooklyn because that's where I am right now. And it's been on my list for quite some time. See what Black author books they're carrying. Who's face front forward, who's readily accessible to the eyes, and see what makes each of these stores unique. And of course, I'm gonna try not to spend that much money. My goal is to, if we're hitting up 3 bookstores, I should not have more than 3 books, okay? Really, I don't want to buy any books from this first store. I want to buy books from the next 2, okay? Can you hold me accountable, friend? Anyways, grab your coffee, your tote bag, your debit card, whatever. We're about to hit the town and see what New York has in store for us as far as books go. Let's go. Someone literally commented on my Instagram yesterday asking for recommendations featuring fantasy, specifically with dragons, where either they're dragon riders or they're turning into dragons. Now, I haven't read this one yet. I literally just borrowed it from Libby. This one is supposed to be based in some folklore as well as mythology along with fantasy. So we're supposed to be getting some African lore alongside this dragon tale. This is the same author of Skin of the Sea and Soul of the Deep. Skin of the Sea, Soul of the Deep. Natasha Baldwin. So if you're looking for dragon fantasies, this one just came out. I do want to buy a trophy of this book because I loved it so much, but I don't like this cover of it. The cover that I like is the hard copy, but I want a paperback. I need the hard copy to come out in paperback. Excuse me, sorry. I just had a quick question.
Yeah.
Are these from the New York Public Library, or do you all have your own in-house library?
Yes, yeah, we have a library, so it's upstairs.
Yeah.
It's a members library. We used to be the Mercantile Library in Manhattan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, yeah, this is just like we moved here, and the library still runs. Yeah, it's like all fiction, all books about writing fiction.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, there should be more like info. There's like pamphlets up at the front with more info.
Thank you so much. That bookstore was real cute, right? I thought it was so cool that they have their own inter-bookstore library system. And I'm going to look to see how much that membership costs, because if it's like not a crazy amount, and I'm like, all bookstores should offer something like that. I don't know what that infrastructure looks like, friend. That's not my ministry, okay? But it would be cool if every single bookstore just had an interlibrary loan system. Interlibrary loan. You understand? Anyways, let's talk about what I got, because obviously I bought a book. We knew this was going to happen. That's why we set a limit. We set boundaries, okay? Because I almost bought two. And I said, you know what? We're only allowed to buy 3 because we are going to 3 bookstores. So you are allotted 1 book per store. No more. No mas. Don't do it, okay? So what did I get? I did end up getting that book, Tall Is Her Body. It's supposed to be like magical realism, coming of age, dealing with a migration from 1970s Dominica to Canada, I believe. And so during like the banana, what happened with the bananas? The collapse of the West Indies banana industries during the 1990s. So I was literally just saying I need to read more like historical fiction from places outside of America. And lo and behold, it's not really historical fiction, but like it's like it's historical fiction adjacent, right? Like, because it's, no. Okay. Anyways, that's what I got. I thought that this sounded interesting. Let me know if it sounds interesting to you. I'm going to put the description on the screen. Let me know if this sounds like something that you would want to read or have already read. Let your girl know. And I didn't get a book, but I got this cute little bookmark. It is, I think it's metal. Let me see. I don't know. I don't know the materials, but it's a stenciled, really cute bookmark of the Brooklyn Bridge. I got this for my girl Taryn because I love her. Okay, and I'm like, we friends. I want you to think about me when you read. And here's a bookmark from your Brooklyn girl. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it to her when I see her on Saturday at the Mahogany Books Black Books Matter Fest. And yeah, that's what I got. Let this be a lesson to check Google before you leave and try to go somewhere, because I definitely thought that Gladys was open today. For some reason, I thought they were open from Wednesday to Sunday, but they are closed from Monday through Wednesday. So we are not going to be going to Gladys Books and Wine today. It's a Black woman-owned, Black woman, lesbian owned book bar here on Malcolm X Boulevard. While I'm on this side of town, I am going to stop by Milk and Pole, which is one of my favorite Black-owned cafes here in New York City. The strawberry matcha is in season, so we're going to get one of those. If you're from New York or like visiting the area, I would definitely recommend coming out to Brooklyn. Take the A train or the C train right to Utica Avenue and walk down Malcolm X. Malcolm X has its own like block association. There's so many Black-owned businesses on Malcolm X by itself, including Verger. which is a florist, a family-owned floral shop. You have Happy Buds, which is a Black woman-owned dispensary. Same owner of Happy Cork, which is my favorite Black woman-owned libation shop. And obviously we're going to go to Milk and Pole. But they also have what's called Sweet Grace, which is a cookie shop here on Malcolm X. I never know the name of it, but it's been here for like forever. But there's a little ice cream shop that's Black owned. That's not too far on Malcolm X as well. Just a great block to be on and be around Black greatness. So let's go get a matcha right now and then head to the train. And I think thank you. Look, I'm gonna dedicate this video to my dear friend Taryn. This one's for you, girl. You know, you gotta get a little bit of everything in each sip. That's delicious. Delicious. This was strawberry hibiscus. Hibiscus? She's exotic, okay? I'm gonna finish this matcha and then head to my mom's house. So we'll touch up when we go to the next bookstore at this point. And I'm gonna look and make sure it's open first. They better be open. I'm gonna be so hurt. Hey y'all, it's me again. So I finished reading Tall Is Her Body. I really didn't even think I was going to read it on this trip, and I definitely didn't think I was going to read through it this fast. This was so freaking good. I hadn't heard about it. I looked it up on Goodreads. I saw that it only had like 34 reviews, and I was like, okay, so people really aren't talking about this book that much. This is so good. I enjoyed it. Okay, first of all, let's start with the fact that it's a saga. I didn't pick up on that. It definitely says it on the back, but I guess I just completely skipped over it when I was reading the back of this book. But it's a saga. So it's cataloging like this young man's entire life effectively. So we meet him when he's like 6 years old, or we enter the story when he's 6 years old. This really feels like a memoir, and you're in conversation with someone who's recounting his life, right? He's reflecting on his life. That's what it feels like. Oh my goodness. This story has so much violence, like, and it's interpersonal violence, right? So like on a personal level, but it's also violence on a systemic level. So we're looking at different levels of oppression. So the varying levels that exist between, like, I don't know what you call them, but like the colonizing territories, right? And the territories that they've colonized. So the oppression from there to there, but then the oppression from male to female, but then the oppression from Black to white. And then if you have any intersectionalities across those different levels of oppression, how that then gets exacerbated based on the situation that you're in. And yeah. The other thing that I would say that I really enjoyed about this book that I didn't realize they were going to talk about. Let me see. I'm trying to read the back of the book again. And his secrets. Yeah. So I didn't really understand that this book would be talking about what creates your sense of belonging, right? So whether it's the land that you belong to, in the very like literal sense, or the country that you belong to, or the people that you belong to, how does that get defined, including like your family? Is your family defined by like who literally birthed you, Or is it like who raised you? Or is it who you chose? Is it a mixture of the things? What defines you? And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. When I got to the end, I realized that I had like a couple tears running down my face because that element of family ended up hitting so hard when it finally tied up that it was like, oh my, it was like the perfect trifecta of like his past meeting his present meeting his future. And then I had a question around like, well, how much does this person know about, and but then like that all got resolved because it was like it doesn't matter because there's clearly acceptance and everybody wants this. And I feel like I haven't read a book in a while where the main character is like so like he he's going through it. This entire book, he is going through it. It's just obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. And it's like, there's one character in the book that's like, oh, you're not cursed. You are the curse. And then that really hit home because it was like, yeah, because what's going on? And so when he finally got, I'm sorry if this is a spoiler, but it ends happily. I didn't expect it to end happily. I really just thought it was going to be like a, and this is, and then life goes on, you know. But I was so happy that he got his happy ending because he was really going through it, and it was hurting my heart. It was hurting my heart that my friend, from between the banana crisis, well, he diversified his crops, but I did appreciate getting a glimpse into the banana industry. So I'm definitely going to look more into the banana wars, which is what this is specifically referencing. And that too is like rooted in oppression, privilege, power, right? And like, why did Dominica end up losing their profits from bananas? It's all rooted in freaking colonization, racism, and white supremacy. Great book. I think that everyone should read this. I never heard of it. I picked it up yesterday, finished it, loved it. I hope you like it too. But we're about to go to the next bookstore. I did look it up. It's open. It's open. So we're gonna go in just a few moments and explore the next bookstore together and maybe hopefully find our next great read. To confirm. I decided to get How to Love a Jamaican. This is another book that I hadn't necessarily heard of. I don't think I've heard of this. But it's a collection of short stories. And some of the things that is on the back that caught my eye, which is why I picked it up, was tenderness and cruelty, loyalty and betrayal, ambition and regret. These are a lot of great buzzwords. So I picked it up. It's pretty thin. I think we can get through this today and close this video out talking about the next book that I got from the bookstore. So let's get started on it. So I ended up staying at the bookstore for about an hour to get some reading done for this new book that I picked up. And I got about halfway through the book. One thing I will say is sorry, I got confused by what I was reading. One thing I will say is this is like kind of reminded me of The Lovers, the Liars, and Me, where that was a book about an American-born Jamaican girl to Jamaican immigrant parents who is coming into her own sexuality within a family with a cousin who also is not, he's not heterosexual. And what does that mean as a Jamaican in a country where your sexuality is demonized, illegalized, and can cost you your life? And so on the other end of that spectrum, we're looking at mostly people who are in America. And so it's dealing with like the Jamaican identity of what makes you Jamaican and are you Jamaican enough if, and then exploring these things. Like, so we have a story where one of the characters has albinism. So he made this joke of like, oh yeah, there were 3 black kids and then there was me. So we're dealing with race, and does like the color of your skin dictate your blackness? And then there's a story about this woman who found community within the identities of her friends and how her friends were accepting of all pieces of her identity except this one piece of her identity. I thought it was really interesting. And then I also really love when I'm able to real time connect books to my latest reads, because in this one they make reference to the Obeah as well, which is coming right off the heels of our previous bookstore pick, where he is an Obeah, right? Like, and that's considered to be something that's demonized, and we look at it negatively. And the way that he perceives it is like, there's no way that being tied to the land is intrinsically negative. Just like there are good people, there are bad people. There's good Obeah, there's bad Obeah. It is what it is. And so then you have this story where it wasn't a story addressing a religion, and the Obeah comes up. So 2 back-to-back Caribbean reads. Obviously, this one was in Dominica. This one is spanning Jamaican American stories, and I might be staying in the Caribbean. But I'm gonna finish this book up and try to get you an update by the end of today, and then we'll close out this video. If you've read either of these books, please let me know. Drop that comment in the comment section. If you read these, let me know. Just drop a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts. Well, obviously, which one did you read? And if you read this one, which one was your favorite short story? And if you read this one, how did you feel about the ending? Can we talk? Well, I don't want to talk right now. I'm gonna go finish reading and then we'll talk about it. Plot twist. I'm back home. I did finish the book though. I did finish the book before I left New York. I just needed to be up at 3 a.m. so I could catch the train to come back. Yeah, but I finished. So let's talk about this book that I bought yesterday. This one that we got over at the Book Nook in Long Island in Baldwin is a collection of short stories. I finished it. I really there's this short story towards the end that's called We Eat Our Daughters. I believe that's what it's called. If this book will cooperate. Yeah, it's called We Eat Our Daughters. And this particular story is all about the ways in which Caribbean mothers parent their daughters. For example, there's a character who lives with disordered eating, right? Like, where does that stem from? If every time somebody sees you, they talk about your weight, you're going to end up having an awful relationship with food and your weight. Like, so there were some really good anecdotal stories, or like what felt like anecdotal stories, interspersed within that particular short story. I'm not really somebody that normally gravitates towards books of short stories unless they're like anthologies with different authors. So I was surprised to have like enjoyed this as much as I did. in every story, we were really looking through like it's Jamaica to America. Whereas I feel like, or no, there was one instance, there was a few instances. It was like, is it like Iowa or something? Iowa, America, and Jamaica were like our three main settings. And I thought it was interesting. Like when you think of, or when I think of Caribbeans migrating to America, I really only think of a couple of places. And Iowa was never one of those places. So it was just interesting to read through like an expression of that particular experience. Yeah, so that was fun. So we packed zone 1 to go up to New York, finished that, loved it. Then bought these 2 this week and read them and talked about them. And then tomorrow, I should be able to see Taryn and give her this bookmark. And we have had a successful week. Wow. Did you feel productive? I did. I really did. I felt very productive. If you've made it this far, first of all, thank you so much. Thank you. And to show that you're at the end of the video and you're part of the crew, go ahead and drop let's do an Apple because we in New York. Hello. Well, not presently, not like literally right this moment, but we just came back. You understand? Anyways, if you've liked anything about this video, I'd really appreciate a like, comment, thumbs up, hype, whatever. Engage. I love you, friend. Gotta complete my heart. Well, my jacked up now. I'm gonna go get that fixed. It just happened on the train. Oh my God, but complete my heart. Okay, friends. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.